Tom Welling didn't just play Superman, he naturally fit the image. Everyone remembers him for that role, but not enough people talk about why his face worked so well on screen and why it still holds up today. What's interesting about Tom Welling is that he never chased fame, fame chased him. From modeling to becoming TV's most recognizable Superman, his rise was almost accidental. Prime Tom Welling was on another level, a naturally rare attractive face. Often considered among the most handsome actors Hollywood has seen. No overdone looks, no forced angles. And on top of that, he's around 6 feet 3 inches. Just imagine that combination. He basically won the genetic lottery, just raw genetics. So in this video, we're going to take a closer look at Tom Welling and why his face is considered so iconic. Thomas Welling was born on April 26, 1977, in Putnam Valley, New York. Because of his father's work, his family moved around a lot, living in places like Wisconsin, Delaware, and Michigan. That constant moving played a big role in shaping him early on, making him adaptable and resilient without him even realizing it at the time. He grew up as one of 4 siblings, with 2 older sisters, Rebecca and Jamie, and a younger brother, Mark Welling, who also went on to pursue acting. His father, Tom Welling Sr., was a retired General Motors executive, and his mother, Bonnie Welling, described herself as a home engineer. Ethnically, Tom is mostly of German descent, with Irish and other British Isles ancestry mixed in. During his teenage years, Tom attended Okemos High School in Michigan after spending his freshman year at Salesianum School in Wilmington, Delaware. He briefly tried acting in school plays but eventually leaned more into sports. He played varsity soccer, starting as a striker and later becoming a goalkeeper, along with baseball, though basketball was always his favorite. Academically, he had what he called fair grades, but college was never part of his plan. After graduating at 18, Tom chose a completely different path, working as a construction worker while still living with his parents. That phase didn't last forever. In 1998, while attending a party in Nantucket, Tom Welling was discovered by casting director Jennifer Starr, who was scouting fresh faces for a Tommy Hilfiger campaign. She encouraged him to try modeling, which led to him signing with Louisa Modeling Agency. From there, things moved quickly. He modeled for major brands like Tommy Hilfiger, Abercrombie & Fitch, and Calvin Klein, and during that time, he met fellow model Ashton Kutcher. The two worked together and eventually became good friends. Despite the success, Tom never felt comfortable in the modeling world. He openly said he didn't like it and found it superficial, too focused on the outside. Wanting something deeper and more expressive, he decided to transition into acting. After attending a few casting calls, he landed early roles in shows like Judging Amy, Special Unit 2, and Undeclared. What started as a simple experiment slowly turned into something serious, not because he chased fame, but because the opportunities kept making sense. That momentum eventually led him to the role that changed everything, Clark Kent on Smallville. What many people don't know is that Tom actually turned the role down twice, not because the story wasn't good, but because he felt the role was bigger than him and worried he wouldn't be good enough. In the end, he trusted his instincts, felt a real connection to the character, and realized the show had massive potential. That decision made him a household name, and he went on to become the only actor to appear in all 217 episodes of Smallville. As the show took off, Tom also started building a film career. In December 2003, he made his feature film debut as Charlie Baker in Cheaper by the Dozen, starring alongside Steve Martin and Bonnie Hunt. He enjoyed the experience so much that he returned for Cheaper by the Dozen 2 in 2005. That same year, he also starred in the horror remake The Fog, all while still filming Smallville, showing just how intense his workload was at the time. Despite all the film roles, Tom Welling will always be most associated with Superman. He was cast after a nationwide search, and the Smallville pilot aired in October 2001, becoming Warner Bros.' highest-rated debut with 8.4 million viewers. Ironically, Tom wasn't even a Superman fan before being cast and avoided reading the comics so he could create his own version of Clark Kent. During the show's run, he met past Superman actors Christopher Reeve and Dean Cain, which made the role feel even more surreal. He was later named one of People magazine's Breakthrough Stars of 2001 and won multiple Teen Choice Awards for his performance. There's also a story that perfectly sums up how closely people associated him with Superman. One day, Tom reportedly stepped in when he saw a woman being mugged and fought off her attackers. Afterward, she looked at him and said, "Wow, you really are Superman." Situations like this don't happen often, maybe once in 100 years, when the man who played Superman steps in and does something heroic for real. It wasn't acting, it wasn't a scene, it actually happened. And honestly, she was a lucky woman. In moments like that, the line between the character and Tom Welling completely disappears. Beyond television, Tom continued taking diverse roles, including Parkland in 2013 alongside Zac Efron. He was even considered for major Superman-related projects. He met with Brett Ratner about Superman Returns, and legendary comic artist Alex Ross created sketches of Tom as the Man of Steel. Scheduling conflicts with Smallville stopped it from happening. In 2019, Tom officially returned as Clark Kent in the Arrowverse crossover Crisis on Infinite Earths, appearing in Batwoman alongside Erica Durance, giving fans closure by showing a retired Clark living a normal life. Off-screen, Tom also stepped into a leadership role, serving as co-executive producer and later full executive producer for Smallville's final seasons. In 2022, he reunited with co-star Michael Rosenbaum to launch the Talk Ill podcast, where they revisit every episode of the series. And here's a fun twist. Before all of this, Tom auditioned for the role of Tag Jones on Friends, which eventually went to Eddie Cahill. He was also on Stephenie Meyer's wish list to play Emmett Cullen before casting began for Twilight. Different paths, different timelines, but the Superman role was always the one that defined him. In 2017, Tom Welling made his much-awaited return to television when he was cast in the third season of Lucifer. He played Marcus Pierce, a police lieutenant and the main antagonist of the season, who just so happens to be the immortal Kane. When asked why he decided to come back to TV after a long break, Tom told Entertainment Weekly that it started with a call from a very dear friend, Greg Beeman, who had been a showrunner on Smallville and had also directed episodes of Lucifer. Greg encouraged him, saying, "You're going to love it, don't overthink it." Tom binged about 6 recommended episodes to get a feel for the show, and by Wednesday morning, he was ready to commit, not for the minimum 10 episodes, but for 15, because he loved the cast, the crew, and the energy on set. He described the atmosphere as professional but fun, a show that doesn't take itself too seriously while still solving crimes and tackling interesting storylines. In his personal life, Tom Welling married model Jamie White on July 5, 2002, in a ceremony held on Martha's Vineyard. Close friends and Smallville co-stars Kristen Kruk and Michael Rosenbaum were in attendance. At the time, Tom often spoke highly of Jamie, once saying she was the person he respected the most because of her heart. During the early years of Smallville, the couple split their time between Los Angeles and Vancouver, Canada. However, after more than a decade together, Tom and Jamie separated in 2013. On October 17th of that year, Jamie White officially filed for divorce, which was finalized in November 2015. By that time, Tom had already begun a new chapter in his life. In 2014, he started dating equestrian and saddle club founder Jessica Rose Lee. The relationship grew steadily, and in April 2018, the couple announced their engagement. Tom and Jessica married on November 30th, 2019, at Sunstone Vineyards and Winery in Santa Ynez, California. Together, they have 2 sons, Thompson Wilde, born in January 2019, and Rocklyn Vaughn, born in June 2021. Today, family life is a major part of Tom Welling's world, marking a grounded and quieter chapter after years in the spotlight. Prime Tom Welling was on another level. He has those green almond-shaped eyes that instantly make his face look appealing, not forced, not pushed, not overdone. His face just looks naturally attractive, like it isn't trying too hard. Add to that his wide, sharp jawline, which frames his face and gives it that sculpted look, and it all comes together really clean. On top of that, he has a really attractive, cute smile. There's this natural charm to him, an innocent babyface quality, even though he clearly has masculine features. That contrast is what makes his face so interesting. Wide jaw, strong structure, but still soft and youthful overall. It's honestly crazy how he was technically too old to be playing a high school senior, yet his face made it believable. He looked young enough for the role, and it worked perfectly on screen. All of these features together make his face look very harmonious and highly attractive. And when you add the fact that he's around 6 feet 3 inches, it just completes the package. Overall, Tom Welling was extremely attractive in a very natural, effortless way. Although some people say that he's changed a lot over the years, that's just part of life. Everyone eventually has to take the aging pill, no one escapes it. Aging is natural, and it happens to everyone. But prime Tom Welling, especially when he was young, is something that will never be forgotten. That version of him left a permanent mark, and it's exactly why he's still remembered as one of the most naturally attractive actors of his era.
You know, I have to tell you that you have a lot of fans here at the show.
Where?
I'm talking more in the production office than anywhere else.
Is that right?
Yeah, we're big Tom Welling watchers.
Yeah. They love your blue eyes and your little stubble around your chin.
And your chiseled face and your dark hair.
And your hair.
Now, you're very tall. You're tall. You actually look taller in person.
Is that right?
Yeah, most people look taller on TV, and then in person they're smaller. You're the opposite.
Yeah, I'm about 6'3". It becomes kind of an issue on set sometimes. We build some ramps and dig some ditches for people, but it all works out.
If you want to know more about other top-tier attractive men, make sure to check out the other videos on the channel.